Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. What you saw in the beginning is the thumbnail for the video, and I had problems of Facebook Live uh, putting the thumbnail out there, and apparently when you finish live streaming, the first frame is basically the thumbnail. So I decided it'd be better if I put the thumbnail right there in the beginning, like this. And that way, the when people are searching for the videos, they will see the thumbnail and not, you know, the this thing. That way we see on screen. And it's better that way, and also that's a great way for your audience to find you, and also you have to worry about editing the thumbnail stuff just on Facebook Live or Facebook or Metro or wherever. It's really hard to do so, and so hopefully I'm right about it being the first frame, because if it's that way, then I think we'll be good. Yeah. Another important thing is on my YouTube channel, the podcast has it. And within YouTube, there's a new feature for podcast, so it's like you can search you can find my podcast for YouTube Music, I believe, or something along the lines of that. And I also did that for Spoiler Territory as well. So it's also a podcast. And basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically when you put a video on a playlist, that playlist has the option to also be a podcast in the podcast feature on YouTube. So that's why I done this over the weekends. Yeah, over it's actually pretty awesome stuff. Now people can actually find you easily, more easy that way. I also last week I've reviewed. I spoke about the idea of reviewing movies and films, and because a lot of, it's a lot, even though it's like most films are average 2 hours, and so it's one thing. However, when it comes to reviewing a TV show, there's a whole other thing, especially on the franchise, what the genre, and how many seasons they have, whether it gets cancelled or not, and all these things. And also I've been reviewing TV shows on my second channel, mostly Marvel films. That's the stuff I'm into, the superhero genre. And well, it's more sci-fi genre, but mostly it's about the universe. So it is also about movies as well. But I'm just going to talk about the TV aspects of it all. And also, I'm someone who's interested in writing, so I'm also talking about to talk about it from a writing standpoint, and also I spoke about characters here and there. So it's really awesome to see how shows are, these TV shows are, these days the budget for the show is so much. However, it doesn't matter if the writing is bad, so the writing is really important when it comes to creating a craft such as TV shows. There's always a lot of upsides to it. You have the opportunity to expand your character's journey, the arc, the story, the plot, all these things. And however, it's not always gonna be going smoothly. Just as a possibility, most shows are run by a network, certain networks, and sometimes they take all the streaming services. So they sometimes would unfortunately cancel a show people are looking forward to or watching, or something happens where director or actor quits, so have to replace the character. It's kind of like Batwoman or something like that. But overall, I'm just saying that there's a lot of ways the show can go wrong from a production standpoint. So, and that would also, that's something the audience pays attention to, because depending on what they watch, that's something they are interested in. They want to know what's happening within the show. So when it comes to people like us online who choose to review those shows, there's always, you have to keep in mind, there's also a possibility that even shows are not perfect all the way. So yeah, one thing that's very important to keep in mind is when it comes to reviewing shows, it means it leads up to something quite big towards the end. Basically, there's always this thing in the very end of the season or series where they would do something major, probably gather information from the whole season or entire series into the final conclusion of a show or a moment within an episode, depending if it's few if it's about 20 minutes long, half hour long, or 45 minutes long, or hour long, whatever time period, time lived shows are. It's always it's all the same concept. And that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, something very important to realize is that there's a lot of things that certain things about shows don't make sense all the way. It also depends on the way each episode is written and directed. Most shows, there are some shows where, such as the show Peacemaker, where the writer and director directs and writes every single episode, versus other shows where it obviously doesn't. So there's always a lot of wisdom. The shows can take a different direction from one episode to another. Sometimes episodes will be good, sometimes will be bad. It's not like a pattern. It's not like a pattern of it being good and bad or good or bad. Most episodes are really good, and when I say bad, I mean it's bad for the season, meaning that there's always something that is not the episodes are doing so well in a certain part. Either it's the beginning, middle, or end, or not all of it. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here, because when there's a show that has a lot of things, if it's a lot of story within it, basically there's a possibility that some storylines or parts of the character arc can fall flat, and it's basically a domino effect that can mess the entire episode up or mess the entire season up, depending on what it is. And so that's something you have to keep in mind if you are interested in reviewing TV shows, is that you have to understand that your audience is interested in your perspective on why you think this worked or why this didn't work, or it's always about something that stood out to you in a good way or the bad way. There's so many things about TV shows that stands out to you as well, stand out to you that your audience may not understand or catch, and vice versa too. And also, it also depends if you're the type of person who rewatches an episode or a show or whatever in so many ways. So it's not just a one-time thing. It's a lot of people love watching things over and over again. Either of you, most of you heard of the term comfort shows. Basically, it's a show that they want to come back to because it's special to them. It's interesting. It's part of nostalgia. It's part of childhood or something along the lines of that. So it's something that to keep in mind. There's a lot of shows. Sometimes certain things in the story doesn't make sense. Like, for example, I was watching Supergirl, for example, and there was things that didn't make sense by episode, but then it led up to something that made sense throughout the entire episode. However, that was in the very last episode of the season. It was in the middle, so in a way it connects, but it also didn't work all the way through, because whatever was the show gonna do for the rest of the season, or what the show do before, that then felt like it was starting to work with the episode while watching an episode on TV or wherever you watch TV shows. There always has to be a connection within each episode. Not all the time. I heard about this show. You can watch it in any order. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, that's really cool. Is it based on shapes or colors or whatever, or something like that? And also, mostly kids cartoons. Also, they don't need there's some shows that don't need to be connected, but it's also fun to watch. So you guys, we're 90s kids, so we grew up with SpongeBob and Jimmy Neutron, and you know, what's an awesome show I like watching. Samurai Jack was a lot of fun watching back then. But yeah, anyways, what I'm saying is, not every episode needs to connect. It just has to be fulfilling. So as always, so TV shows are brilliant in so many ways because they come in different sizes and different styles, and also style is also a lot of people who review shows they look at the style of an episode, they look and try to understand and look closer and observe so many things within TV shows as well. And also there's a other thing where if it's based on a video game or it's based on a book or it's vice versa, I don't know, who knows, yeah. A lot of people who, for example, play D&D, they would like make a story, their own imagination. They would do to make a story out of their imagination because it's based on something they love watching, such as a TV show or film or video game or something they're or interested in expressing or telling. So yeah, overall, that's doing shows is reviewing shows is really fun to do so as well. If you ever watch people review a show, you will understand that they are mostly silent. Like, oh no, I'm not talking about. I'm to say like reactions. Sometimes people react to something, and they are silent, just observing, and they're also wondering what they want to say. They want to say the right words. They don't want to say something that's always have been said or known for saying. They always want to say something that stands out to not only the viewer but to themselves as well. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well if you one day decide to review something, or if you are currently reviewing something and you want to find ways to improve. Hopefully this episode really helps you understand things more, and there's the comments section as well, so you can ask me anything about any advice or tips later down the line, or I would love to do so as well. I would love to engage with you in the audience as well. Yes, hopefully I don't think I have much to cover other than I want to share I'm reading something. So if you are listening so if you're listening to the episode, I'm holding a book that says Into the Woods, How Stories Work and Why We Tell Them. I'm halfway through the book, but basically it tells like how stories are told through different like authors. I mean, not authors. I mean, screenwriters and how how people see the characters' journeys within themselves. I saw this video of a screenwriter basically like writing a brand new script within 7 minutes, and then having feedback, and then changing the script up, and then another 7 minutes or so, and then getting feedback through like email or something. She's a screenwriter for Jurassic World, but it's on YouTube. Hopefully, you'll be able to find it. But yeah, it's something that's actually interesting. Is when if you are someone interested in writing, they will understand how to see you understand stories a little bit more, and that's what will make you enjoy TV shows more. It's like the craft of it all. So you will understand how and enjoy. It's the enjoyment of knowing how stories are told from other people's perspectives as well. So that's something that's actually really fun to see when you're watching shows from anywhere. It's an awesome way to learn. So hopefully, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening or watching, or whatever it's on Facebook Live or YouTube or wherever. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. I'll see you next week for some new content. I mean, new episodes. All right. Have a wonderful day. See ya.